Our Staff Insider series continues here with Utah basketball. You know, you think the head coach is the guy that's really in charge of the basketball program. That's not the case. It's this guy, the director of basketball operations, Curran Walsh, sitting down. It's a great title.
It's a great title. That was an impressive way to put it. You're making me look more important than I really am, probably.
But the bottom line is, you have a lot of responsibility within this program. Just give the fans, the Utah fans, an idea of what a day in the life of director of basketball ops kind of entails.
Yeah. Well, a day in the life is usually whatever my checklist says. It's usually that, and then plus, you know, a separate checklist that just whatever happens that day that needs to, you know, put up a fire that comes that day that needs to be put out. But nah, right now, you know, getting all our guys into school and admitted and through the admissions process and on-campus housing, the housing here on campus our enrollment is just going nuts. So, you know, all that stuff, admissions office, they're spiked up. Housing on campus, they're spiked up. So right now with that, and then also basketball camps, that's a huge part of it too. And, you know, those will be taking place this summer, and, you know, looking forward to getting everyone here.
Last year was your first year at the University of Utah. You came with Craig from Utah State. It's an interesting story about how you and Craig met and how you came together. It's a long story, so we don't have all day, but kind of give the shorter version of how basically you got Craig to hire you on as part of his staff.
Yeah, so the short story is I was down at the Final Four in San Antonio. It was my first Final Four ever in this business. At the time, I was 1 year into my graduate assistant position at Loyola Marymount University, and I met him. I was with 7 or 8 coaches, and I was just kind of in the mix at a Spurs game. And after the game, you know, we're all down in the exit area waiting for Ubers, and you know how it goes. There's a group of 12 of us, so a few people order a couple and you just kind of hop in. Well, I had one, and when it pulled up, I hopped in and Craig hopped in. And then hadn't met him before that. You know, I met him in the room up there and really just started talking in the Uber, and it was kind of one of those things where you get out of the car and it's like, I feel like I've known that guy forever, but really it was the first time I ever talked to him. And you know, so a year goes by, they do unbelievable things at Utah State, and you know, after that ride, I always kept tabs on them and watched them and made sure they had great success, and they were playing at a high level. And a year later, he had a position open, and yeah, the rest is history.
Well, he's being a little modest because Craig told me that Curran made quite an impression in that Uber ride, and he said to himself, I think I may hire that guy someday when I have a position open. And a year later, he had a position open, and the rest is history. Logan, and now Salt Lake City.
Yeah, it's crazy how things work out. And yeah, just made a couple plays in the Uber, and now I'm in Salt Lake City.
It's always who you know and those connections you make. You're a Midwest guy from Illinois. You've been out in Utah for a couple of years. Had a big season last year professionally, but also had a big season last year personally.
Yeah.
You got engaged.
Yeah, I got engaged last October to my fiance Morgan. We're from the same hometown, so she's kind of been on this journey, you know, the whole time with me, and it's special. She loves it here, so that's nice. You know, we have a great life out here. So
what's the best part of working here at the U? What gives you the most satisfaction being part of this program and being in the department?
Yeah, honestly, it's just the people that you work with every single day. Our staff, it goes beyond our staff, but I'll start with our staff. Our staff's unbelievable. Just guys to hang out with, and you know, on a day-to-day basis to kind of go to war with, so to speak. They're top notch, and you know, we all look out for each other that way. And then but the people around the program too that we work with on a daily basis, you know, they're in line with our staff, and we all get along and are on the same page, and it just makes working here awesome. Doesn't feel like a job. A
lot of what you do is behind the scenes, and it's a lot of office stuff, and it's tough stuff. But basketball's in your blood, and you've got a player development background. Would you eventually like to get back out on the court again and do some coaching?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, that's kind of how I got my in, was through player development. And and I liked it, but I always wanted to be a coach. That was just such a small piece of coaching. I wanted the whole picture, you know, so that's kind of why I got into college coaching.
Well, we can't keep him much longer because I'm sure there's fires to be put out, but it's great to have you,
Yeah,
Curran.
thanks, man. Appreciate it.
There you go. Director of Basketball Operations, Curran Walsh, with us as we continue our Utah Basketball Insider Series.